Children, good morning. Today we shall see how to write story. Student, I would like to tell you that story telling is, was and will be non-verbal form of literature. We have seen, we have come across, we have observed, we have noticed, we have taken address of that our grandfather, our grandmother, while going to sleep, they used to tell us stories. And this start with this word, long, long ago, once upon a time, there was a king. His name was Harichandra was a very great king. He was famous for helping the poor. The name of his wife was Taramati, and they had only one son. And now God wanted to test the nobility, the helping nature of this king. So he sent Shanidev to take his exam. And as it was an order of God to test Harichandra Maharaj, Shanidev started taking his exam, and through lot of ordeals he had gone, and finally, even in that story, his only son became the victim of his destination. So he had lost his kingdom, he had lost his wife, he had lost his son, but he was always ready to go through any ordeal, and he proved himself that he was what he was. So we have seen that our grandfathers, grandmothers used to tell story, but it was in non-verbal form, not in written. So boys, let me tell you, if you can tell the story, or if you can listen to the story told to you by your grandmother and father, can we not write the stories? We can write stories if we make a plan. Because story writing is one of the oldest form of literature. If you are serious, if you make plan, if you select the character, so you can be a very good story writer. For being or for becoming the story writer, you have to follow this point and see the format of the story. Context. I told you, in context, use this phrase like once upon a time, long, long ago, there was a king and his name was Dasarath. A very good king he was. He had 3 wives. He had a son named Ram, Lakshman, Shatrughan and Bharat. In this way you start the story. While you tell the story, instead of telling the story, try to write it down. So you will be successful. So how will you start your story? By using once upon time. This is context. Now introduction. Through introduction, you should have to introduce main characters of the story through dialogue and narration. Introduction of the story is very important. It is the place where you introduce the main characters. And be careful. Your story should not have many characters. If the story is overloaded, teeming with characters, it can create confusion in the mind of the reader. So please be alert. While selecting character, your story should have limited characters, so that these characters, crowd of characters, do not create confusion in the mind of the reader. Be careful about the characters, and you should be very careful while introducing character, his name, his family background, his social background, his profession and all these things. This is the place, introduction is the place where you want to introduce the place of happening. Now place is very important. Without place, how can the story take place? Suppose I am teaching here. So this is the place which is called JPs. So in the introduction you have to you have to introduce the place. For example, in the village, in the town, in the city, in foreign countries, in abroad countries, like this. Then it is the place where you have to introduce the time also. Time is also very important factor of story. So in the evening, in the morning, at the midnight, in summer season, in winter season, in this way you have to introduce place, you have to introduce characters, you have to introduce the time, place and character in the introduction. And now climax is the end of the story. Now while you write the climax, you should be very careful. What are the confusion? What are the characters? What are the complexity you have put in the lesson should be solved, resolved at the end. The suspense in the story, in the story should come to an end. Otherwise, your story is not complete. So be careful about the complex. There you have to solve the all problem, as well as you have to give some moral teaching to the listener also, to the reader also. Now climax A. Now points to be considered. These 4 points are very important, though they are very short. Start with your story with a striking title, or wonderful title, or cheerful, attractive title in 2 or 3 words. Your title should be in 3 or 4 words, or 2 or 4 words, and that title should be very attractive. It should be striking. It should be marvelous. It should catch the interest of reader or listener. The story should be written in past tense. If you are in need of direct speech, dialogues are there, it should be written in present tense, but you should stick to past tense while writing the story. Use as many adjectives and adverbs as you can to make the character, the place, the time interesting. And later on, you should be very careful about the limitation of the word. If you are asked to write the story within 200 words, your story should contain within that limitation of word. So these are the points that should be kept in mind while writing the story. Now some points are also there which I would like to read for you in the classroom. Just a minute. Of course this point I am going to read to you, and I will say also this point to you. See here, first, writing a story is an art. In fact, it is the oldest of all literary forms. Anyone can tell a story with a little care and planning. You can also write a story effectively. Features of good stories. Characteristics of good stories. 1. A story has beginning, middle and end. It is a complete story. The transition of one stage to the next should not be abrupt, should not be all of a sudden. It should be smooth and natural. Second, background of action. A story must have a background setting in which the plot takes place. This background is usually set at the beginning. It is sometimes done by the description of the place or time. The atmosphere should be built up in such a way that the reader may see, hear or feel it. Now characters. When you decide to write a story, it is necessary to decide who will be in it. The people in story are called the characters. Before you start to write a story, think about the character you would need in the story. That is, what role will each character perform? Why is that character important to the story? In that way, are your characters similar or different? What can the character learn from each other? The character is a story. The characters in the story should be active. They should not look like a puppet in the hand of the storyteller. They should be lifelike and believable. Each character must have individually with some distinctive feature which distinguish one from other. Now the beginning. How you begin a story is very important. The beginning should catch the attention of the reader and request him to read on. A good beginning performs a dual function. It sets the scene for the action and the mood of the reader. Next, 3 unities. A story has number of events. Some of these events can be grouped together in a paragraph. There should be unity of time, place and action in the event happenings narrated in a paragraph. Now middle part of the story. The middle part of the story narrates the action. The event should be given directly, in other words, in which they happen. One event should lead to the other. The transition should be natural and logical and not all of sudden like electric thundering. A good story is interesting, amazing, wonderful. It arouses the curiosity of reader who is eager to know what will happen next. Now plot. Once you have probably decided on your character and setting, you have to make them alive with the necessary details. Your character have to do something. What your character do is termed as the plot of the story. In order to make the plot exciting, it is necessary to add problems in the story. Now direct speech, 8 number. A story has an appropriate quantity of direct speech and reported speech. The use of direct speech helps to avoid monotony, boredom, tediousness. It breathes fresh life into the story. 9. Last. Ending. A story must have a natural and definite ending. It should end naturally, not abruptly. It should give a feeling of completion and satisfaction. Now, a few hints. You must have a clear idea of the plot of the story before you begin to write it. Plan the whole story, write down the main points, arrange them in a sequence and in paragraph. Be clear about the beginning, the middle, the details and the ending of the story. Begin the story without beating about the bush. A long introduction spoils the charm of the story. Third, develop the story. Develop the story eventually. The various parts should be neither too long nor too short. Don't put in irrelevant detail at any stage. Exclude everything which either hinder the flow of the story or does not help it to move forward. Bring in variety by using different kind of words and sentences. The sentences may be long or short. They may be of difficult type of sentences, assertive, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory, or in a different voice, active voice, passive voice, or of a different narration, direct, indirect speech. If an outline is given, stick to the incident and their sequence. No point should be left out. Supply the missing link if any. The conclusion of the story is an important as its beginning. The whole story must be led to the ending naturally. The ending should not be abrupt, nor should it come as too much of surprise. The heading, if required, should be carefully chosen. The main character, object of incident, the main character, object or incident of the story or well-known proverb or a quotation that suit the story may be chosen as the heading of the story. Moral is very important. Most of the stories are didactic, advisable. They teach something, that is, they have some moral lesson. Give the moral and the end of the story. It is usually proverb or quotation that sum up the story. Be consistent in the tense use. Avoid mixing of the tenses. Remember that most of the outlines are given in the present tense, but stories are written in the past tense. Unless stated otherwise, last but not the least, use simple and idiomatic language. Sentence linkers help in continuity and coherence, but avoid repetition of the same word, especially the word then. In this way, these are some clues, some points you should take in your mind, you should bear it in your mind and try to write down the story. I will say this to you as well as some few examples of the story to you. I hope you might have understood it. Thank you. Thank a lot.